his management team to clean up the fact that you beat on your queen and the picture you paint and all the scene. Get in.
Jeez. I just tell you this shit 10 minutes ago that the thing with Drake is he got so many different styles and different genres.
Let me cut the light on. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I gotta cut the light on. Man. That's the best diss track I heard in a very fucking long time. I'm not gonna lie to you all.
He won.
First reaction, y'all getting it here. Oh my God. I gotta take a moment. Y'all listen. I like a good fight. When you get in that ring, I respect gladiators that go at it. You can even have a favorite person that you going for, but you got to respect two men that get in the ring. And I know some of you are. You're super Kendrick fans. I get it. But he just ate. He just ate. What comes after 7? 8. You know, when you're hungry, you eat. And he got it off. I don't want to hear y'all talking about it ain't great. I don't want to hear talking about keys is bought. Shut up, okay? Go home, go to sleep, get you a night-night. Because I respect rap. The man did not duck the smoke. He took the bars and twisted it around exactly like I said that you should if you go do that. I don't know who wrote it. I don't know if it was Ghostbusters that wrote it. At this point, when it was fire. I'm just being honest. You ain't gotta like it.
Bruh.
It was fire. The man, I gotta go back and listen because he was dissing so many people. He was dissing ASAP and he said something about. He said Abel get. What did he say? That nigga shit get played in places where niggas got more pride. He was saying nigga your shit for the gay crowd. That nigga was going crazy.
I even heard Wayne name, but I got
that nigga. He twisted around Kendrick shit and made it seem like Kendrick is the one that wanted to be white because he fucking with the white hoes. That was crazy.
He told that man maybe he Prince and he
said our kids. He said our kids should goddamn. God, that'd be nice if our kids played two light-skinned kids, right? Like, damn, I ain't gonna lie, that's some twisting. Like, how you not gonna like respect it? Like, be like, relax. Y'all be too fake woke. Y'all can't respect it. So this is rap, all right? This is just two rappers rapping, and I ain't gonna lie, he up so far.
Yeah,
he up so far with that.
Kendrick, he gave you 3 different styles.
Listen, Kendrick will have to respond tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow.
It
can't wait 2 weeks now.
No. It gotta be tomorrow.
Yeah.
It gotta be tomorrow. It gotta be tomorrow.
It gotta be tonight.
Tomorrow my birthday. You know what I'm saying? So I would love to get, but I wasn't expecting that. That's what it was. Wasn't expecting that. Let me bring Slime up here because that was tell me why I respond to that. Y'all's too much of fans. Y'all don't know how to appreciate it.
Peace to the God. I had to get it. I gotta do it to God. I said peace to the God. Beloved. Okay. We all know we Jack Kendrick. We know he's the lyrical assassin. We salute him at the highest. I'm just we're gonna put it out there. Bro, we gotta stop the Drake slander. Brother delivered.
He delivered.
He came with a triple threat. And each time the sonic flipped and then his cadence, he dissed Kendrick, dissed somebody else, then brought Kendrick back. But he was so simple and surgical. He don't got the Kendrick gift of the double entendres and metaphors, but the way he was able to speak that, bro.
It was crazy.
I mean, it's certain bars that that nobody thought he was gonna land.
The way he flipped the white thing, I think was to me, the white thing was such a narrative. And him to flip that.
He flipped
and to go into the psyche of Kendrick and use his life and his wife to say that you really the one that's like that was crazy. I'm not gonna lie.
Remember the line? The black and the berry. Yeah, I get
like
it. The black
strategy.
and the berry, the sweeter the juice. Remember that line?
He said I like him. That was crazy. That he said Hey, I ain't gonna lie, it had me take a second for a second. You feel me? You ain't got listen, y'all gotta relax. I know I'm 19 keys, you know what I'm saying? I'm pro black as they come. You feel me?
Listen,
But
Keys,
when
they gotta
I
they gotta give
watch
you a pass
battle
for this.
rap though,
Right.
you feel me? And when battle rap is clever and you use your mind and it's strategy and you come back at a person and it was
Absolutely.
7 minutes, right? It was
Yo,
crazy. I'm
bro,
not gonna lie, that was
he
a
had
twister.
he gave us hooks. He gave us monotonous flips. He brought the scenario. He stopped the scenario, brought it back, let the middle breathe, hit the folks that was throwing strays at him. When he did the flip on the weekend about the gay club, I said, yo, that was slick. He said, oh, I see why you number one. What? I said, this is what wasn't this your man?
I wouldn't have expected him to say some shit like that.
At
I
all.
wouldn't
At
have
all.
expected him to say some shit like that. I wouldn't expected him to basically call it. He basically calling the nigga weekend gay. It's and I ain't even get to what he said about Rocky. He was like, I ain't know they make songs. Niggas was blogging about your fashion.
Yo,
Like Miranda Rice, like
did you peep the snippet he put on Instagram before the YouTube one? Where he
uh
said, I brought you on tour. You gotta go watch that, bro. So he did a little
you talking about
snippet and
with
was like
Denzel?
no, this is Champagne. You know,
Oh,
Drake. On Drake's
okay.
page, he put a snippet, and if you click it, then you go to YouTube. It's the full one we talking about. But the snippet Keys, he opened the lines and said, "I took you on your first tour. I
Right.
gave you what I opened the way with you, basically blessed you." And then he mentioned ASAP, but he didn't mention him. He didn't mention his name. The way he said
Yeah.
basically, I did the same thing for all of y'all, and this is how y'all repay your brother. When a brother puts, I mean, he walked him, Keys.
I mean,
He
this
walked him.
this this is why I like it, y'all, because if you're going to respond, this is the way that you should respond. Right? Like so this is what you gotta ask yourself to take out yourself out your biasness. How do you think he should have responded? And this is
Mm,
how he should have
right.
responded. Right?
Yeah.
So
Right.
when people are like, yo, you pinned against the wall, what you go do? And he actually responds and say, I'm not pinned. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm good. Don't worry
I'm
about
good.
this. I
I'm
got
good.
me. Right. So I think it was a great response. I think this is probably at this point now, this is the greatest like back and forth
It is.
that we've got out of hip
I
hop because usually
yeah.
one person drop a major record and they dead. You know what I'm saying? But this is like back to back to back to back to back. Like
Yo,
these
Keys,
guys been
I even think both. I even think Kendrick got another one in the clip. I think Drake too. Like I think they're really putting
oh
the
yeah.
best foot forward
I
with
got
this moment.
we gotta listen. So I wanna listen, Kenny gotta come like in 24 hours. He can't let this breathe too much. In media, you
Right.
gotta hijack a news cycle. Don't let this breathe. Don't let the memes generate. Don't let the black Twitter go crazy.
Right.
Don't
Right.
let all the blogs
So you
get a hold of this.
say
Like,
he got 24
yeah,
hours?
you got 24 hours.
Wow.
You got to.
Y'all heard it.
If you notice
Keys
in the
put it out
beef,
there for Kendrick. 24
the
hours.
responses are getting shorter and shorter.
And you know why you're right, brother, is because he did a triple threat. He gave us 3 beat switches. So
Right.
technically, he gave us some hot verses for each one.
Somebody talking
So
about how this helped the black community. It don't.
Look, the beginning of the song, hey, the
can we
beginning
just
of the
enjoy the
song is
battle?
a lit record.
It don't. It's music. It's entertainment. What
That's
you
it.
talking about? I'm not looking for this to help the black community right
No.
now. This is Kendrick and Drake. What are you talking about? Me
Hey,
and Slum
hey,
help the
but
black
you know,
community. What is y'all
you,
talking about?
you know what, Katie? I think in one way it may help the community by doing what? If pop culture is jacking over the charts and now hip hop has a moment, that means more brothers and sisters from the urban
Right.
communities, right, have more access to those chart positions. You know,
Right.
just
And,
because of
and if
these
we want to
titles,
hear more real rapping,
right,
you know what I mean, versus, you know what I mean, the auto tune goes and the moves and the vibing.
right,
You feel
right,
me? Like, I think this
absolutely.
to usher in, like, yo, we just heard y'all
Come
rap.
on,
So can we keep rapping?
can we keep rapping?
You feel me?
Right.
Like that to me is smooth. I know a lot of great talent that's out there. You know, at the end of the day, um, this is all I got multiple layers the way I look at it. It's spiritual in a lot of different ways.
Yeah, yeah.
Once you go
Well,
against an opponent,
what's your spiritual read on it? Just if you can give us like a snapshot of that.
well, let's say this first of all. Hip hop is a Black American founded
Right,
sport, right? And I'm calling it a sport for the sake of how we competitive as hell
right,
with this.
right,
It comes from our spirit. It's an expression of our talents and our gifts as a communication, right? Of
Right.
who we are to the world and to ourselves. It's reflective, it's aspirational. And so in reality, it's kind of like any sport. Like when you found something, you want the bloodline of the founders to stay and maintain the leaders of it.
Absolutely.
So when you
Yeah.
have somebody that's from a foreign region, even though it's
Right.
close, but Drake is Canadian. He's not Black American. He don't come from that lineage. So I think that anytime you a foreign
Mm,
ruler over a land,
mm.
you will always be challenged because there can't be balance in that land until somebody, right, who is native
Right.
of that
Right.
rules over it. So
Right.
Drake can never have a peaceful reign. It has to be war.
It will be chaotic. That's a
Right.
good point. Right. Right. Right.
So like Kendrick is like a restorer of balance if he was to win, right? Because
Right.
it'd be like, okay, now this thing of ours, La Costa Nostra, you
I
feel
feel
me?
you.
It's kind
So my
it,
thing
it,
to you,
it comes
Keys,
from
not to cut your
us.
wisdom, beloved. My question to you is, if Kendrick is now outside, do you think that he should now continuously be outside? Because Drake gave us 10 years or
He gotta
14
stay
years of
outside.
this.
He gotta
You
stay
know,
outside.
yeah, stay outside.
He
Because
gotta
you know
stay
how he used to do his D'Angelo
unless
Sade thing. He'll just disappear for
otherwise, he
three,
got
four
to
years.
pass the crown like someone else passed it to him.
Right.
Because
Right. Right.
remember, the Gang was the West Coast favorite at one point in time. Snoop always been a West Coast OG. They both came and crowned him on
Right.
stage, and that was his coronation, right? And ever since then, he held it down.
Mm,
So if he's not going to be outside, he has
right.
to put somebody else out there.
Yeah, that's right. He has to knight somebody else if he's not right. Right. Because Drake has consistently been outside. So
Yeah,
that is.
yeah. Drake
But
once said,
I
I
love
am
your.
the most rapper's rapper. He was like, I'm in the club, I'm outside, I do all the things. And a lot of people want a part-time rap, and Drake is full-time with it. And this is why he has won. He doesn't take breaks. Drake has been consistent.
Consistent.
This is his life.
Yeah.
He has been the most dedicated towards it as a consistent sport and
Yeah.
lifestyle than anybody else. So a
And
lot
he
of our
tours
goats,
twice a
they
year, two different
disappear.
tours. So I mean, he's been even doing that level, just reaching his people.
Yeah,
Cultivate.
he
Yeah.
just finished two tours and did one with Cole. So that's a lot of stamina for this game of
Yeah.
hip hop. Most people got to literally disappear for like years, literally,
Mm,
then
mm.
come back. Where he has maintained somehow the energy to consistently go and go and go and go and reinvent
Now,
himself. So
now, Keys.
this
With that
this is
being
where
said,
you
why
get
do you
your
think?
respect for doing something like that, because like
Right.
I know, no matter what you do at a high level, it takes a lot of work and energy.
Keys, that point you just said is gold. Why do people always want to attack him based upon the thing you just laid out? It's like he's already showed and proved to us. Why do you think it's like this slander? Not even give they don't even
Because
give the brother a pass. Like they don't even.
Because when you got a king that rules, it decreases the diversity that you're going to get. It decreases the variety that you're going to get. It's kind of like Apple
Mm,
and like Microsoft and Google being these
right,
monopolies, right?
right,
Instead of like a lot of people that Drake has collaborated with, right? Instead of them getting a chance to be king, he's like a monopoly that buys a company, right? And uses a technology.
right,
Instead, he is still able to take a credit,
right.
right, for a lot of these new genres when they really come from the talent of these new artists, but they could never be
Wow.
Drake because Drake is $1 billion machine at the same time.
So he'll align himself to like whatever's buzzing or whatever artist has a
Right.
swag, and
You
then
we don't
he'll absorb it.
we
Yeah.
don't get inventors in the US for that reason that get credit for inventions anymore, because as soon as you create something, a corporation will buy it from you and it's now under their corporate, right? So
Wow.
they put their brand on it.
They
Right?
brand it
So
right
he
away. Yeah.
basically like they go and find the brain trust. He gets the talent trust.
Wow.
What
He
can I
gets the
say?
yo that yo that you that brother you laid out the whole entire matrix like that. They got the brain trust and the talent trust,
Right.
and then see how they work. See how they incorporate each other. Complement each
Yeah.
other.
And if you're
Wow.
not like collaborated or doing business with any of their affiliates, you're not going to
They
break through, right?
cut you off
Like
the market. They cut.
it's not going to happen.
Wow.
So we've had the TikToks and the YouTubes and all of those things, but person got power. If you look like you a threat to them, because there
Yeah.
was a time where, let's be honest, like cats didn't want Drake to be who he is because they seen
Right.
it coming
They said
and
it.
they
Yeah.
seen what was behind him. And so therefore they was like, no, we got to stop him. He raps about this.
Hmm.
He raps about Jay-Z and different people trying to stop him.
Wow.
And of course the powers that be that have
Wait, wait,
that
wait.
have his
Jay
back.
Z tried to stop him?
That's
Really?
what
At
he
what point?
raps about in the Lose School,
Oh,
is
okay.
saying that
That
they
that was
tried to
what that was that.
blackball him
Okay.
at one point in time,
Wow.
right?
Wow.
And there was multiple people when he first came out. People forget it now because he's cool with these rappers now, but they
Right.
used to talk shit like, "Bro, we don't want this bubblegum
Right.
shit, blah blah blah." Because these niggas at the top, they want to have some control. But
Right.
here's the thing: you got these corporations and these labels, they got a lot of power, so they superseded that and be like, no, we putting everything behind him,
Wow.
and Drake has weathered the storm to continue to win. So hip hop is not a free fall. It's not a creative variety sport right now. It's not anybody can just go in there. It's like Bitcoin used to be wild and fluctuating and democratized. Now that the corporations have invested in it, they control it. It's safer.
It's
Hip
wow.
hop ain't as dangerous. A new sound ain't gonna just come and disrupt.
So it's
It
like
won't
grip.
happen.
It's like grip locked. It's
Yeah,
locked in. It's like, wow. Whoa.
yeah. So that's why hip hop has lost a lot of its thing because it's too manicured and it's too controlled right now, and it's
Wow.
too commercialized. So that money is controlling hip hop. It's no longer based on what's on the hearts and mind and spirit of the people, right? Like, what's the new talent that's just gonna change everything? Like,
Right.
oh, bro, flow was crazy. Now everybody got to follow that. That's
Right.
not how it works.
Right. We're not in that time.
No.
I was gonna ask you a question, beloved. Do you see any colorism, light skin, dark skin, Willie Lynch thing happening here? Not maybe not overt, but do you see the elements of some of that? Because and I only ask you that because when I look at the comments of various blog posts or posts, the comments are crazy, man. People are really on the disrespecting the, we are people, come in variety, but it
Yeah.
just seems that we using well, not we, but they're using the conflict, the MC conflict, to kind of spew colorism against each other,
I would say, I mean, colorism is always a
Yeah,
real thing, but I think in
yeah.
this beef is just propaganda.
Okay.
I think that what you attacked is your ethnicity, right? More so than your
Right.
race. And I think most people don't even know the difference, or they don't
Mm,
know that there's a vast variety of ethnic differences between us, right?
right.
There's
Right.
there's two different Black Americas,
Right.
right?
Absolutely.
There's the conscious and the
That's right.
unconscious. There's the safe and the radicals,
That's
right?
right. That's right.
So the fact that we can't say it's true colorism because two of the big three is light skinned and
Mm.
or half white. So what are we
Okay.
really
I get what
talking
you're
about?
saying. Right.
Like if
Right.
Drake
Right.
is number one, how can we really be colorist if we've been supporting and listening to
Right.
his music the whole time?
Right.
And
Right.
both of these guys got white mamas, and then Kendrick has so-called 75% mixed women. I
Right.
don't know about all that, whether that matters or not, but so I think that colorism is a propaganda.
Right.
But at the end of the day, we hold up. I think that's a propaganda, but at
Yeah.
the end of the day, I don't think it's something that's prevalent as far as hip hop. If anything, it benefits them.
Mm.
Like, no,
It
let's
benefits.
let's be
It,
honest. Like Drake is the perfect prototype of who, right? Labels will want
to
to be the face of hip
get
hop.
behind of, yeah, and
Yeah,
make international voice.
he's
Yes. Yeah.
not from America. Number one, he's Canadian, light skinned, half white, Jewish, right? Half black kid.
Wow. Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
can you get a
Right.
perfect hybrid?
Yeah. He checks all those blocks. You're
Like,
right.
can we get a more
Yeah.
perfect hybrid?
Yeah.
Possibly. I don't think you can possibly be a more perfect hybrid to if I am someone that is a label owner and I'm like, who would be the perfect person we can have?
And get
Bro,
behind. Yeah. Mm.
yeah.
Wow.
Not King Kunta. You know what I'm saying? Like, you feel me? That's manageable. Drake will never talk about anything
That's
that is unsafe or
gonna
radical.
disrupt it. That's gonna disrupt
No,
it. Yeah.
he's
Right.
never going to do that. He stays away from religion. He stays away from politics.
Mm.
Right? Those are the two things in media when you become media trained tell you to stay away from.
Right.
So
Right.
and he refuses to touch that. Every other person goes to that lens, and this is part why certain people can't reach that height because they're not willing to only sell. Right?
Right.
And
Oh.
he is willing to only sell. To
Look.
only sell a product, to only get money, to only commercialize, only
Right.
monetize. He's willing to
Wow.
say, fuck all that. I ain't giving none of my opinions. We only focus on the money and the vibes.
And he's head first in that. That's it. Yeah. That.
Yeah.
Wow.
No
Wow.
other king of hip hop has ever done that. Not Jay-Z, not Kanye, not Tupac, not Biggie, right? Not Kendrick, not Cole. Right?
So what you're saying,
Hasn't been
brother,
able to do that.
he's the industry prototype. He's what they would look for going forward.
Yeah,
Right. Oh,
it's perfect. You don't want this guy to talk about none of those things, right? Like and this is where a lot of people, and this is where it wasn't colorism, it was ethnicity, because a lot of people ethnically they can relate to
right.
that, right? They
Right.
can relate to having the ambiguous idea of what black
Mm.
is because they don't want to be pro-black, right?
Oh,
So at
right.
the
Right.
end of the
They don't
day,
want
it
to be
ain't
labeled
about
that.
being black. Are
Right.
you
Right.
pro-black?
Right.
And when you don't have to showcase pro-blackness, you don't have to sacrifice anything. right? So I know personally because a lot of people always tap in. I support what you do. I could never do that. You speak truth, but why don't you? Why? Because they don't want to have to sacrifice a bit of a single dollar. They don't want to sacrifice any of their connections and none of their access or resources. And white America tells you you're way safer if you don't do that, and we will continue to give you money
To
because we know
support
you will
you and
never
put you
use
out
it for
there.
nothing radical.
Right. Wow. Right. It's almost
So
like it's like an oath they have to come
yeah,
into if they really want that support. Yeah.
it's like you got high level conversations, then you got Shannon Sharp. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
You go entertainment
Yeah.
always gonna sell. It's gonna
Right.
always be a product because people always want to feel numb and always want to be entertained. You feel me?
Well, you
But
know what?
I
We
bring on a
we
Dr.
got you, Bob.
Wesley.
I got to
That's
give you your flowers,
dangerous.
beloved. I got to give you your flowers. That high level conversation for the last 20 up to the time Shannon started bubbling back 24 months. They all had front seat watching, downloading because you were setting a rhythm. And they before that concentration that you had with high level, people would drop a little bit of stuff
Yeah,
and then they just joke about stuff.
yeah.
Like Tingy, when you have people sit and actually have dialogue and build, and then they see that conversation go viral.
Mm-hmm.
Now, in order for them to have a relevant blog, they have to now come across cultured and conscious. So
Mm-hmm.
I saw it. I said, oh, they using bros frequency in order to tap into this. So because what you lay down digitally, that inspired that algorithm he created now to take it to the level he
Right.
did when he had our brother Cat.
Nobody
So I
was
just want to just
doing.
openly salute that, beloved. Yeah,
Thank
salute.
you,
I
thank you,
say,
thank you.
yeah,
Nobody was doing long form like that, and nobody had reached past millions of people at that time, and that was the
right,
point. So but when you do that and you come from a real place, you always got to sacrifice something. You feel me? Everybody know
right,
that they get the cues and they start following the editing and the path and things of that
right,
nature.
right.
But they not willing. It's like Kendrick, he's willing to speak a truth
Mm,
and get money and do a
right.
thing. Drake is not willing to speak a truth and get money. Right? And
It's
so
just
that's why I'm
get
saying a
money.
lot of black
Right.
men can relate to that. They're not willing to say nothing. I get
Mm,
it.
wow.
Right? They're
Wow.
not gonna say nothing political. They're not gonna sacrifice a single dollar. They want to remain as safe as possible and they
Mm,
want to let that be somebody else's
wow.
job. It's a fact.
Wow. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
We know
Because
niggas do this
they
shit.
see the reward. They're saying, well, if they be have been
So a
hold
lot of these
sworn to
niggas
that.
ain't black, bro. If I'm being honest, a lot of these niggas ain't this nigga's darker than me.
Yeah.
They way
Yeah.
darker than you.
Yeah.
They ain't blacker than
Yeah.
you though.
Right. That's real.
Not by a long
Yeah.
shot.
That's real,
You
brother.
feel me?
Yeah.
So anyway, Drake light skinned self, he
He
killed it tonight.
killed it. I'm gonna salute it, brother. I'm definitely I'm gonna run it back and just break it down myself. But yeah, beloved, I thank you for keeping it 100 because I know you love Kendrick and you support his
Yeah.
lyricism. But I don't like how people trying to switch your message up, thinking just because you praise the brother's moment of salute that
Yeah.
it decreases your support for the other brother. So
Yeah, I know
I
that.
appreciate you,
That's,
beloved.
that's lame, and I don't believe in the putting me in the box.
Right,
You know what I'm talking about?
I know what you're
My
talking
shape is
about.
multi-dimensional, man. I'm a
Absolutely,
tetrahedron or something. You
I
feel
feel
me?
you.
It's sacred geometry over here.
Sport. Let's go, brother.
Peace
I
to the
appreciate you,
God.
beloved.
Yes,
Brother
sir.
salute, brother. Peace. Peace, Almighty.
So look, we listen. Drake did his thing tonight. He got a W for that one. I'm gonna give him a point on the board for that one. Um, I'm gonna give him a point on the board. I don't know what y'all want me to do. I didn't make I didn't make this beef happen. I don't know what y'all. Sheesh. The man, it was different. I ain't even listened to the whole thing yet. I gotta go back. I heard it was a part that I ain't even get. They just said, yo, they said Kendrick just dropped. Play that.